Hey everybody, good evening. This is Tom Cherryholmes with IRATA.ONLINE doing another PLATOTerm 64 work in progress status report. For those who haven't seen, PLATOTerm 64 is a Plato terminal being written for the Commodore 64 in order to be able to access Plato-based services such as IRATA.ONLINE and cyber1.org. So, a lot of things have been added since the last work in progress report, namely full keyboard support, including mapping of all of the Plato keys to equivalent keys on the Commodore 64 keyboard, as well as touchscreen support using a supported mouse such as the Commodore 1351 or similar device. Koala pads can also work, inkwell, light pens, etc. Pretty much anything that there's a driver for in CC65, because I use the CC65 mouse handler. This basically leaves character set downloading as the last major feature before I announce an alpha test release for interested testers. So if you're interested in testing out this terminal, please feel free to hit me up on Facebook at Thomas Cherryholmes or tom.cherryholmes@gmail.com. So, anyway, with that, we'll go ahead and kind of show you through using PLATOTerm 64, both from the perspective of a stock 64 and a super CPU-based 64. Both of these being emulated with the Vice Commodore emulator. That we have here our stock Commodore 64. Go ahead and insert our disk and load the terminal. You can see here the text-based output routines still need some speed work, but this will happen as the alpha testing progresses here. There are also still some little bits of rendering glitches that I need to work through with the various scaling tables. We'll go ahead and log in. And with that, it has put us back here in the Notes menu. And one of the things that you'll notice right here is that now that it has detected that a touch screen is available, you can use the mouse to select touchscreen elements. So with that, we can go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and lock the mouse so we can get access to it here from Vice. And let's take and bounce through some notes files. Clicking the mouse button is equivalent to touching the screen. And we can see right here, if a screen doesn't support touchscreen, the mouse is moved off of the screen. So we can go ahead, let's look at the announcement for 200 users. IRATA just recently reached 200 users. Yay, fantastic. Made it right there. Everything looking great. Plato keys are all mapped to the keyboard now, so holding down the Commodore key and pressing the appropriate key mnemonically will hit the appropriate Plato key. In our case, I want to take and go back, so I'll hit the Shift back key. Shift Commodore B for back will take us back to the Notes menu here. Shift back again will take us back to the main menu. And there we can see all nice and nifty here. Matter of fact, we can hit Commodore B here to go back to the main menu. And we can see our touchscreen display is back with the mouse in the last place where we used it. Yay. Okay. So at this point, I'll take and go into games real quick. And we'll do, as a demonstration here, we'll go ahead and do Airfight. Airfight here is a 3D flight simulator. If you've played Flight Simulator 2, not only will you know what to expect here, but you'll see the program that inspired Flight Simulator and Flight Simulator 2, as Bruce Hartwick played this game before he wrote both of those programs on this system. So Let's go ahead, press Control Commodore D for data, play. And it gives us some stats here. The number of total users played, the number of planes that have been shot down, and the number of people currently playing. Since there's nobody playing, everything is 0 right now. We'll go ahead. You can of course press help to learn how to play, but let's go ahead and go into airfight here. I'll go ahead and select the Circle Squadron. And I will pick the F-203B Plasma Fighter. And it gives me some stats here. This basically just refers to how much of a given payload that I can cram on this plane. We'll go ahead and select it. Give myself a name. How much fuel do I want? I'll take and use half of my payload for fuel and say have 16 missiles. We're now loaded with 9,800 pounds. And now we're done and we're here on the ground, ready to go. Now we have all of our controls here, and we'll find almost immediately that it's drawing every single copy of the display here at once. Well, we can take and help move this along here by only showing the most important controls. We'll take and turn off the majority of it here. Turn off the radar display and only have the stick and the rudders. And that will speed up update speeds considerably. So with that, we'll go ahead and turn on the flaps, set the flap angle to 25 degrees, turn up the throttle, and pull back the stick a little bit, and start going. I'll keep pressing enter, aka next here, to keep moving along. And it'll take us a moment here. Within a few moments, we'll be actually off the ground here. Since my flaps are up, it'll take and help scoop us up and push us up to generate more lift. See the tower kind of zoom by here. And with that, we should be seeing the end of the runway and take off. And with that, we'll go ahead and kind of neutralize the controls because we already have enough climb here. Oop, I let it go on for a little too long. Come on. That's it. Let's do this. So now we've neutralized a bit. We're still kind of falling back towards the ground, but I will take and correct a little bit. I'll take and turn on the instrument panel real quick so I can kind of see what's going on. And of course, if I don't want to update the display all the time, I can take and turn off and fly entirely by instruments. We can go ahead and turn this off here. We can see, go ahead and crank up a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. I think I might crash here. Let me see if I can kick on the afterburners to get me some lift. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Go ahead and turn the view back on. I'll go ahead and neutralize the controls. Hopefully we'll take and pull it back down. But now with a little bit of work here, we can kind of see off, but that's fine. Yay! Neutralize! Pull back down a little bit. And we can kind of see ourselves kind of go through here. But yeah, as you can see, airfight is serviceable here, and with a little bit of practice, you can definitely take and bounce through and fly the plane. Okay, so with that, we'll go ahead and stop that real quick. Since we hit shift stop, that will take and pull us out of what we're doing here. We take and press data to continue. And we're back here in the main menu, so we can take and select something else to do. But hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of where things are right now. And that, of course, was from the point of view of just a stock Commodore 64. Now, this next particular demonstration that I'm actually going to do, I'm actually going to release the mouse control for just a moment. And we're going to go over here to my Super CPU accelerated Commodore 64. And go ahead and let this guy up here. Bang, bang. And since I did program injection here, this just loads up straight up. And you'll already see that the performance here is much faster. And yes, I know, I'm already using it over here on another system. I'll take and just kick him off. Using the Shift Help command there, that's Commodore Shift H. We go back in, and this time when we actually go back into Airfight, we'll see a very big difference here. You can already see the text output is much faster. Maximum 16, sure, here we go. And you already see that the displays drew much faster. We'll go ahead and turn off the instrument displays here again, turn up the flaps 25 degrees, and pull ourselves back a little bit and start going. And you can see here that with the drawing routines fast enough, it's actually able to keep up, and the rendering time is actually excellent. The rendering time is not a particular problem here. Now we're climbing, 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 and I will drop on the afterburners here, and we're gonna get some lift. Wow, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, and 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and turn off the afterburners here. And then just kind of level off. And there we go. We're just kind of zipping right along. See if I can see the airport from here. Find out. Oop, nope, that's not. And we crashed. But you already see kind of you kind of see the point here of what's doing and why. So as you can see here, big difference if you have the Super CPU accelerated version here. Go ahead, kind of look through some of the other bits and pieces, maybe fumble through some notes files. You know, yeah. Sure, let's kind of look through. I'm gonna bounce over here to Commo Notes. And we see our Commodore 64 Commodore term. We can use plus and minus to zip through the different notes. You can actually see the responsiveness is actually quite amazing. So with that, there's going to be more to come, and hopefully by the next time I take and make my next video here, we'll all be using an alpha version of this so you guys can see all of this for yourselves. With that, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much.